Shalom, and welcome to Bible Stories as Blueprints of the Soul, your Biblical Hebrew podcast. Shalom and good morning. Today I would like to speak to you about one verse from Malachi 3:6. The verse in Malachi 3:6 says the following. I shall read the Hebrew and then translate it into English. Ki ani havaya, for I am the Tetragrammaton, the Lord, the being. Lo shaniti, I never change. Ve'atem bnei Yaakov lo klitem, and you are the sons of Jacob, in the light, in the source of life, there is no change. This is why here the prophet says, because I am the Lord, the name, the Tetragrammaton Hashem, I never change. In the light, there is no change. But here comes something which is not written. In the vessel, in the temporal, there are changes. We look at 1 year, we see 4 seasons. We see winter, summer, spring and fall, and all of them have different expression. In the winter, in some countries, there is snow. In the summer, people go to the ocean. In the spring, everything blooms. In the autumn, the leaves are falling from the trees, and the days are getting shorter. So, though in the temporal, in the vessel, there is a change, in the light, in the source of life, there is no change. Only the visualization is changing. And now comes the proof. What is the proof that in the source there is no change? You, the sons of Jacob, are not expired, are not consumed. When we read the Bible in Genesis 49:33, the chapter which deals with the blessings that Jacob grants his children, at the end of this chapter comes verse and says the following. I shall read the Hebrew and then translate it into English. Vayechal Yaakov letzavot et banav, and Jacob complete charging his sons. Vayesof raglav el hamita, and he gathered his legs towards the bed. Vaigva, and he minimized himself. Vayeasef el amav, and he was gathered onto his people. The sages noticed this verse. In this specific verse, the Bible does not mention that Jacob died, but the fact that he gathered his legs towards the bed and he minimized himself and he was gathered to his people. Why? The book of Zohar says the same. Jacob did not die. Why? Before Jacob lived in Egypt, like we see in this chapter, Jacob came from his fathers-in-law, Laban, with his 4 wives and 12 children. And while he was helping them to cross the river on their way to the promised land, he stayed all night awake, struggling with an entity. He was struggling alone against this entity. Some people call it angel. Some people call it the minister of Esau. There are many names and many laws that deal with specific struggle this night. When the dawn was coming, this entity notifies Jacob that after this long struggle, his name is not Jacob anymore, but Israel. What is the difference between those two names? Jacob in Hebrew, Yaakov, comes from the word akev. Akev is the heel, the lowest part of our body which touches the ground. Akev, heel. Since he was holding, at the time of birth, he was holding his brother heel, Esau, he was named Yaakov, according to the first action. Since he was holding his brother heel, and heel in Hebrew is akev, he was named Yaakov. Yaakov, they just add the letter Yod at the beginning of the noun akev, heel, and created a verb in Hebrew, Yaakov, he shall follow. This is the meaning of the name Yaakov in Hebrew, he shall follow. So the meaning of the name Yaakov, he shall follow. And the name Yaakov is after the lowest part of the body, heel. But after he struggled with this entity, and all the life of Jacob is a big, so to speak, mess. He always deals with multiplicity, with duality, with the temporal. He was born second. He was born, first of all, as a twin. Not just as a simple twin, but as a second twin. He came second from the womb, holding his brother Hil. And Hils, we have two. Double two is 4. All of his life, he will have to fight this struggle, 1 against 4. The source against the temporal, the source against the multiplicity. 1 Jacob marries 4 women. Again, 1 against 4. 1 Jacob and 12 sons. But in the struggle of the river Yabok, there is a change. All the adversities that he went through in life, everything streams to one point, this struggle with the entity in the river Yabok. And at this moment, this entity notifies him, you manage to bend all the adversity, all the multiplicity, and bring it back to the one. And since you manage to bring all of those many and different aspects to the one, your name shall not be anymore Jacob, Yaakov. Your name shall be Israel, Israel. And the question is why? Because you have governed with people and with God. Meaning, you understand that all the different aspects of life are coming from one source. This is why your name is Israel. The name Israel, Yisrael, we can divide into 2 parts. Li, Rosh. I have a head. I have a source. So when a person understands he has one source, or he comes from one source. He is Israel. And once a person arrives to such a conclusion, he can never die. Bodies, physical body can expire. Vessels might break. A plate can break. A cup of coffee can break. A flower may bloom and after a few weeks not. But the source is always there, is always alive. There is no change in it. This is why Genesis 49 says that Jacob collected his legs towards the bed and minimized himself like the phoenix. The Bible does not say that Jacob died, because he didn't. At the river of Yabok, he already concised. He's already transformed into the one. And if we transform through our lifetime into the one, bringing all the experience that we have into the one, we can never die. And this is what the prophet Malachi says in chapter 3, verse 6. Ani Havaya lo shaniti. I am the name, the source, the tetragrammaton have not changed. And what is the proof that I have no change? You are the sons of Jacob, are not consumed, because Jacob did not die. He just transformed, and basically you are the sons of Israel. You are the sons, the children of the tree of life. This is why you shall live infinite lives. This was our little conversation for today. We wish you a beautiful day and wonderful weekend. Thank you, Kevin, for your question.
Thank you for listening to Bible Stories as Blueprints of the Soul. We hope that you enjoyed this episode. If you have any questions, comments, or would like to hear more about a certain topic, just write us an email to hebrew@learnoutlive.com. We're always happy to hear from you. For more episodes, videos, and articles like this, please visit our website at hebrew.learnoutlive.com. We also would like to invite you to join our live classes. Just search for Online College of Biblical Hebrew on Facebook and start learning now with students from all over the world. Koltuv and Shalom.